This is Ken Pyle with VOD TV. We're at Parks Associates Connections Conference at CTIA. We're with Kurt Thielen of UpdateLogic. UpdateLogic, you've been managing devices for a long time. One of the things that we were just talking about is kind of very fascinating to me is the support of DRM keys. Something that wasn't necessarily an obvious thing, but it becomes obvious. Why don't you tell us about that?
Absolutely, yeah. So we do device management. So we do a lot of different things to support the device after it ships to the consumer. So this is post-manufacturing. The device has already been shipped through retail, shows up to the consumer's home. Now, these devices are so complex today that these devices need support after shipping. Okay, so we do a number of things to the device after the device is shipped to the home. One of the things we do is we deliver DRM keys to the device. Now, these DRM keys that we deliver to the device, they enable applications like Netflix and Amazon Video on Demand.
And so in that scenario, the digital rights management, it may say, hey, you can have this content on these types of devices and only this many at a time type of thing?
Yes, exactly. So what we do is based on a manufacturer's request, we provision whatever types of keys they ask us to provision on a particular product. So for example, on a TV, we may provision 3 or 4 sets of keys. On their Blu-ray disc players, it might be 2 sets of keys. It just depends on what the manufacturer wants to enable in terms of content.
Well, so that's an interesting segue then into your product, the Support View, and how that is going beyond DRM.
Exactly. So Support View is one of our products that enables remote support of these devices once they get into the consumer's home. So again, these devices are very complex, and a lot of times consumers have trouble getting these devices working the way they're designed to work. And so when that happens, they need help. And so our Support View technology is designed for either the manufacturers or the retailers or whomever to remotely connect to the device and to support the consumer in getting the device working the way it was designed to work.
Now, so I imagine most of the heavy lifting of this is somewhere in the cloud. Is it kind of a software as a service type business you have?
That's exactly right. We're a software as a service, so all of our technology for the most part resides in the cloud. And then we also have a small device agent that resides in the device itself. And so those two pieces of software communicate together and then enables us to connect to the device if the consumer gives the service provider permission to do so.
And so, and the service provider, now are you using that term in the sense of like the company that's providing that last mile access, or is this more generic?
So more generic. So the service provider could be the manufacturer of the device that's providing service to the consumer. It could be retail, so it could be like, for example, a Best Buy or a Geek Squad, or it could be a third-party service provider like Support.com or NEWs of the world.
And so from their perspective, they're able to just kind of dial into your software and get that relationship with the customer through their devices.
Yeah, so usually the way it works out is the consumer brings the TV home or the device, whatever it turns out to be, and if they have a problem getting the device set up or can't get Netflix working or whatever the case may be, they'll make a phone call. A good percentage of the time it goes to the retailer that sold them the device, or it could go to the manufacturer of the device. At that point in time, the service provider, the technician, would request the consumer if they could connect to the device. Say, is it okay if I connect to the device so I can better assist you in resolving this problem? At that point in time, they can use our tool to connect to the device, and at that point, the service technician can see the screen on the device, just like the consumer would, and they can control the device as if they were in the home with the remote control in their hand.
Nice. And what sort of devices are we talking about? Besides, you know, I envision set-top boxes and game consoles, but what other things?
Yeah, so TVs, Blu-ray disc players, streaming media boxes, set-top boxes, over-the-top boxes. We're starting to integrate our technology into mobile today, which is the reason we're here at CTIA. So we support mobile phones now and tablets as well.
That's interesting. So in that scenario, the manufacturer of the mobile phone might be there to kind of help support after the fact? Is that
Exactly. So our technology, once enabled on a phone, will allow the mobile operators to support the customer. So if they're having trouble getting something working on their device, we also have a solution called Mobile Gateway that allows the phone to be used as a gateway to connect to the other devices in the home. So now the mobile operator can provide not only support for their devices that they sell, but also provide premium service support to all the devices in the home.
Now, does it also extend to some of these other things that we're seeing here, the smart appliances, the smart doorbells, and so forth?
Absolutely. We support everything in the device, in the home, I'm sorry. And so what it enables us to do is to connect to some of these devices that maybe aren't connected to the internet. So using Bluetooth or some other near-field communication protocol.
Interesting. So your phone actually could be kind of a portable gateway, if you will.
That's exactly what it is. It's a mobile gateway. And the best thing about the phone and tablets is pretty much everybody has them. About 97% of homes in the U.S. now have a mobile phone of some type in their house. And so now you have the ability to connect, get inside the home, and connect to all these other devices that may not be connected to the internet.
So do you see any mobile operators, offering this kind of as a service in the near term?
I suspect that's exactly what they're going to do. They're looking for new ways to increase their average revenue per customer, and this is a great way to do it, to provide premium services not only to the devices they sell, but to everything in the home.
Well, then imagine just to the device itself, if they could provide support just for that probably is a big value proposition too, right?
Exactly, because they're really working hard to improve their customer satisfaction. Higher customer satisfaction, the more customers they retain, is very, very valuable to them. So the tool can be used for that as well.
That makes sense. And how long has the company been around?
So we've been around for almost 10 years. We've evolved from just being a software update company into getting into device management for consumer electronics, and now mobile device management.
The client must be pretty thin on the consumer side or the device side, right? So you can put in a lot of devices?
Exactly. Our client on the device is very, very thin. It's designed to be integrated in pretty much any kind of a CE device or a mobile device. And so we haven't found any devices yet that we can't put it into.
And is it a pretty quick integration process?
It takes about 4 to 5 weeks is about it, and that includes testing and getting up and working and that sort of thing. So it's pretty fast, yeah.
So it's probably not a question of adding hardware or anything like that. It's just putting the client on, and the real benefits of it come later when you have reduced returns and so forth, I suppose.
Well, that's one of the real benefits of the technology is no hardware required. You can integrate it in as a software update after the device has been shipped as well.
Well, that's super. Well, it sounds like sky's the limit here as far as new opportunities. So.
Yep, absolutely. With our technology now going into mobile, we're very, very excited. This is going to be a real great opportunity for us.
Well, Kurt, good luck with that, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.